This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
Muggy weather and possible rain. That's what we have to look forward to going into the weekend. Here's a live look at the conditions in Arnold right now at noon. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Mercedes McKay. Kay Quinn has the day off. Another round of showers and thunderstorms are possible, so let's go straight to Gary Frank. He is the Weather First forecast for us. And Gary, what are we going to see this weekend?
Yeah, we're going to see more rain. I mean, off and on. It's not going to rain the whole weekend, but you know, we've asked for some rain because we've been in this drought, and just as often is the case, we get all of it at once. Now, not everybody's been dealing with that, but you've obviously seen plenty of flood warnings and watches and things of that nature going on the bottom of your screen, and we're going to continue to see some of that. Right now, it is quieting down here in the short term. It's cloudy here in St. Charles. You'll notice where, for the most part, most of those flash flood warnings are out of our area completely, but the rain is coming slowly to a close, at least in this brief moment. I do want to look at our temps, though. You can see where it's cooler, where it's been raining in Farmington, 77, mid-80s otherwise. Warrenton, you can see that big strip where it has been raining consistently and is more cloudy. I think this weekend you're going to look at a short break from the rain, especially this afternoon. There will be more overnight and this weekend as an active pattern sets up. We'll talk about the specific reason why we have this pattern set up and even more potential for severe weather ahead.
The campsites at St. Francis State Park and Merrimack State Park are closed this weekend. And this is the reason why. The Big River near Bonne Terre is flooding. The high water and the threat of more rain forced county officials to make that call. The St. Francis campsites will reopen Monday, but the Merrimack sites are closed indefinitely. New at noon, the South City Hospital is closing. The facility on South Broadway, formerly known as St. Alexius, plans to shut down in the coming weeks. We're told it's notified the state that its services are being discontinued. As of now, the hospital is not taking any new patients. The hospital has filed for bankruptcy twice in the past. A nighttime hike turns into a rescue on the Katy Trail. We're told the search started last night in the Weldon Spring area. According to the Lake St. Louis fire chief, 4 teenage boys were hiking in the dark when they found themselves stuck on a cliff. Fire crews were able to rescue them safely a few hours after they called for help.
Somewhere around at 7 o'clock tonight, Cotterville Fire Protection District received a call for 4 males stranded on a cliff. We got 4 different lowering systems set up, made contact with rescuers to each one of the patients, put them in rappel harnesses, and lowered them about 80 foot down to the ground. No injuries to any of the victims or to any of our responders.
No names or exact ages are being released at this time.
I'm Robert Townsend. It's been nearly 6 weeks since that deadly mass shooting at a party on Washington Avenue in downtown St. Louis. Police now tell us on Wednesday they took a 16-year-old into custody in connection with shooting someone during that party. They arrested this young person in Bellefontaine Neighbors. 17-year-old Mikhail Moore was shot and killed during that party. His father is now reacting to the new developments. Check out the story right now on KSDK.com.
St. Louis has a new law that strengthens gun laws. Mayor Tashara Jones signed the bill just yesterday. The measure regulates open carry in the city by banning people from openly carrying or displaying firearms unless they have a concealed carry permit. Now, you have to be at least 19 years old to have a conceal and carry permit. Well, a St. Louis area man who cyber-stalked and terrorized women across the country is heading to federal prison. The judge sentenced Robert Merkel to nearly 6 years in prison. He's accused of threatening women online, saying he would rape and kill them. Merkel pleaded guilty last month to federal charges as a prior and persistent offender. His sentence is almost 1 year longer than his plea agreement recommended, but his victims say it's not enough.
And so though I am grateful, it's just, one ripple and change that needs to happen.
The type of torment that it causes is significant, and the legislature needs to realize the severity of the crime and pass laws to hold offenders accountable.
Missouri doesn't have laws on cyberstalking. It's something our I-team uncovered when we began reporting on Merkel years ago when he went to prison for the first time for similar crimes. The governor vetoed a bill that included a task force for cyber crimes. Southwest Airlines is adding more nonstop flights from St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Some good news for travelers. So according to the St. Louis Business Journal, Southwest will restart daily nonstop flights to San Francisco starting in March. Seasonal nonstop service will be added to Los Cabos in Mexico. Also in March, seasonal service on weekends will resume to Palm Beach, Pensacola, and Destin, Florida. If you saved your gas receipts in Missouri, you can get some money back. The state is now refunding the gas tax for the period between July 1st of last year and June 30th of this year. The Department of Revenue received more than 16,000 claims in 2022, with the average refund being almost $28. So far this year, the department has gotten around 3,500 claims. The gas tax increase law passed in 2021 includes a 5-cent refund for every gallon of gas if you fill out the form. Despite refunds, MoDOT is one state department benefiting greatly from the fuel tax.
It gets mixed in with the rest of the money that we get through the other fuel tax, the motor vehicle sales tax, license and registration fees, the federal fuel tax revenues that come to Missouri. All that gets put together into our overall construction program. So it makes more funds available to address all the needs around the state.
If you want a refund, you have to fill out a special form on the state's website. That deadline is October 2nd. Well, we're all feeling the effects of inflation this year, and it's unfortunately going to be no different when you start your back-to-school shopping. Luckily, this weekend, there are ways to save money and even get some of those school supplies for free. Today is the start of Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday. From now until Sunday, you won't have to pay state or local taxes on items like clothing, school supplies, and computers. This includes online purchases, too. Thanks to a new state law, no cities or counties can opt out of the sales tax either. You also have the chance to get free school supplies at tomorrow's Back to School Expo, hosted by the Urban League and St. Louis Public Schools.
It's about breaking down barriers. You know, we've got a lot of people with a lot of different challenges in their lives every day. And for some folks, getting their kids to school on that first day is difficult. So what we're doing and what the Urban League is doing is creating a space that breaks down a bunch of those barriers.
The Back to School Expo is tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the America Center downtown. Not only will you get free school supplies, but you can also get your kids' vaccination and register them for school. Now, for a list of items included in the tax holiday weekend, text the word tax to 314-425-5355. Still ahead at noon, the defense is starting to take shape for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students. The alibi being presented by his lawyers.
I could have never imagined our relationship how it is now 2 years ago.
Plus, shaping hair and a new legacy. How a shared passion brought this father-daughter duo back together.